inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out.
Hello, happy Sunday. Hope you enjoyed your hour of sleep. We've got Premier Week 4 action on the Smite Draft League. I'm Anthony Malum. I have Joywolffe with me, and we'll be joined by the Yung-Cub here in just a moment. And let's get into the picks and bans.
Yeah, first ban, I've been saying this all season long. Khepri is a wonderful ban that God offers so much utility, so much CC, and a mid-fight res. Absolutely one of the most impactful supports you can have on a team. Not at all surprised to see it banned. Speaking of another team fight support, Yemoja.
Yeah, those supports being banned out so early, so consistently is such a theme. And getting rid of that Khepri and Hades, they're such common bans for the Premier League. The Khepri's been effective, but I can't really say I've seen the Hades go off the way these teams may have been expecting so far.
Yeah, based on his stats, he has an extremely high win rate currently, and I don't believe has seen any nerfs recently, but not too much of a performance coming out from the Hades so far, but still, those stats do sometimes warrant bans, so understandable for sure.
And we do see the first pick, Thor. Ever since that wall started doing damage along with some other slight changes, we have seen that Thor become, so common in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's not only is it common, it's a common first pick as well. That Thor is so potent right now. Absolutely worth the first pick. On her though, if that is locked in, that's an interesting decision, I think.
Yeah, normally we see the on her as kind of a response pick. You pick it to box out, you pick it to get some control with the slow, or maybe you need the CC immune ultimate and the mobility from the jump. Seeing it this early on is weird. It does switch to an Ishtar though, which I like immensely more.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Ishtar recently, and she is a really just impactful god. Her ult can be huge in a team fight, relatively safe as long as you have a clear lane to get out with your jolt. Yeah, I believe can be flexed into the mid lane, so we'll see what ends up happening with this Ishtar, but I do like this lock-in for sure.
Yeah, it is a good lock-in. We do see the Poseidon come out, and that is a very it's a very announcing your presence type of pick early on. I mean, you're basically saying right away that you need that. You want that ultimate. You have the secure. You're showing up. That's an exciting first pick.
If this Morrigan is locked in, I will be extremely excited. And there it is. The transforms already are huge for this Morrigan. Double Thor Dunk, stealing away that Kraken to use on your own, double Guan Yu cavalry charge, just few Guan Yus charging down at you is absolutely terrifying to think about, but I love this pickup here. The transforms are there. I'm really excited.
Yeah, Morgan is such a character that can determine the outcome of a game from basically that ultimate onwards. It's always a game changer, and it's always impactful. But with that, I am curious, Yung-Cub, if you had to take a guess, where are these teams going with the rest of the selections here, the picks and bans? Looks like there might be an issue there with the microphone still. We're getting that worked out. So, Joy, take us away on these next couple picks. What are you expecting to see come out from the bands and then the next 2 picks?
Well, the Chaos side has already secured their backline carries, so assuming that Ninja is going into the jungle, they definitely need some frontline, and a lot of supports have already been banned out. The Emoji, Ymir, Khepri, Hades in the solo, Kabrak in a flexible pick. So I'm interested to see where they will end up and again, another Ganesha, another support taken out. I'm really interested to see where these supports are going to go into their god pools, seeing how many gods have been banned out. Another thing I would like to touch on is this Neja that was locked in as the last pick of the first round of bans. The ability of Neja to lock somebody down for a Poseidon Kraken is absolutely huge. I love the Neja with the Poseidon combo. So really nice synergies there.
Yeah, I do too. I like the ability of Neja to, like you said, lock somebody down, take somebody up into the air. Poseidon's down waiting. And the Ishtar, honestly, a really good combo alongside that, being able to hang back. And while that combination, that lockup is going on, Ishtar can kind of sit back and free cast, and the attention can't really be brought to the Neja because the other team's got to prepare to protect the Poseidon from from their teammate from the oncoming onslaught of the Poseidon. So it's a really tough situation for the other side.
Yeah, most definitely. I love the synergies from the Chaos side team, whether as the opposing team seems to just have a really strong dunk composition, being able to get in there and just dive the backline really effectively.
Ooh, a Horus.
That's
exciting to see
interesting.
here from Wrath of Terra. We haven't seen a Horus in a little bit. We saw it yesterday from Midman, but if it has been Midman, it hasn't been anybody running that Horus around.
Yeah, Midman definitely a Horus specialist. Man is very talented on that god. Horus brings a lot of lane pressure in the early game. Late game, his ult is a very useful tool for traversing the map, being exactly where the enemy team thinks you aren't. He also procs Fabulous Hoops and Manticore Spikes really easily, so if he is built into a support role, that would be a really interesting thing to see how they utilize this Horus.
We see the On Her come out, and this time it's from Dark Omen. That is what much more like what we were talking about. We see On Her very commonly as a response pick. I like it into the Ishtar, can really control that lane. But with that, we are going to leave you here at Picks and Bans. We'll meet you into game number 1 here soon.
With you, I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds and put the work in, we got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the
Minions have spawned.
And we are underway. Wrath of Terra versus Dark Omen, Premier Smite Draft League, Week 4. Joywolffe, thank you for joining me. It's your boy, Yung-Cub, officially here now. And here in the background, we also have our beloved, the sweetheart of the community, Anthony, just in case we have any technical issues or anything like that. Joywolffe, thanks for having me today. It's been a minute since I've casted. How are you feeling about these games? What do you think is going to happen?
Wrath of Terra's comp is interesting, to say the least. Sylvanas ADC, how do you feel about it?
You know, SandmanSam, I've seen him play a couple different roles. We're expecting a lot of pressure out of Sylvanas. And the pluck in the B's already crazy. Sandman's a great player, and he's really sticking to the guns of the team name Wrath of Terra, which is Sylvanas. So I don't know if he's doing it for the memes, but I do know that I'm expecting quite a bit of action in this duo lane.
If iZVENT is caught out here, Sylvanas has enough CC just to absolutely burn him down. And Ishtar is actually chunking Taka down. Guan is just not safe right now. Only that tier 1 breastplate up. Just not enough tankiness yet. Just getting run down.
Absolutely, yeah. It's it looks like he kind of was susceptible to that level 2 gank as we're seeing so often in the SPL, and also giving that totem control, which is really important as a jungler. We're definitely seeing some different looks from this Dark Omen squad, though. Historically, Power ST2 has been their jungler. We've seen him on Outclawing and different picks, kind of fragging, but with the pickup recently of Thunderboltnj, maybe a New Jersey guy, I don't know. Yeah, I guess he's moving over to the mid lane where he's most comfortable. So as much as Power was fragging in the jungle, I'm really interested to see how well he plays in the mid lane, like his main role finally. And another interesting thing I want to kind of note about this Dark Omen squad is that this is kind of the LatAm crew. I think they're all Hispanic of some sort, with the exception of Henergy. And yeah, I've heard their comms before, and it's very much like the Leviathans and Zapman, you know, like that kind of dynamic where there's a lot of Spanish going on, and Hen's just doing his best to keep up. And it's kind of exciting to see that we have so many different communities representing. And there's a fight breaking out here, and Thor somehow lives that with a sliver of health, getting the first blood on Hapn on the Nija. What a great play there.
Yeah, Thunderbolt able to hammer away, get himself out safely, but right now, SandmanSam getting chased down. Shell will save his life, but will King of Darkness be able to get away?
It looks like there's nothing gonna happen here, and yeah, Sandman. I mean, why wouldn't you go blink on Sylvanas, right? Like, who needs beads when you can't even build beads in Aegis right now? Like, it might as well rush blink on Sylvanas. It only makes sense. So he escapes with another sliver. I really like the play though. They're trying to push their lead. This Dark Omen. They saw a kill on the other side of the map, and I think Wrath of Terra was trying to have a return kill on this duo side, but just couldn't quite secure it. And yeah, Dark Omen played that really well to make sure that they're just pushing their lead just ever so slightly forward.
Yes, definitely. Now, looking at these team comps, I would have to imagine that Sylvanas is one of the gods that you would like to target out here with some possible ganks in the future. Not a whole lot of safety outside of just popping your ult and then trying to run away, but Sylvanas isn't that fast. If he gets Jing Tian thrown, that could be rough.
Yeah, really any CC on this Sylvanas could just be a death wish. Like, even Thor dunking on him, like you might see right here, dunking on, and an easy kill, but a return Kraken. Picking up the return kill is the EmojiDaddy on Poseidon. Really good heads up play there, and this is what I was fearing seeing this Thor pick, is that Poseidon's kind of good in a Thor. Like, it's like I would call it like a perfectly even 50-50, because Thor lands, he can't do anything because of the cripple, but Poseidon gets full kitted and Thor gets full kitted, and so it's just whoever hits a little bit harder right there is gonna win that engagement every time. And yeah, I don't know, that's a 50-50 matchup in my opinion.
Yeah, it really is. Whoever can just dump their kit the fastest will usually come out ahead in that exchange, I feel.
Yeah, the Thor has to play it really well, because he can expect to not be able to hammer away at any point in that, and so come late game, it will be tough to be a Thor and get on these targets with these knockups and the cripples. The good thing is Thor's little spinny hammer thing. It is knockup immune, I believe, and so that might be some counterplay for the Sylvanas. But what I find is when I'm against the full damage Sylvanas, even if I don't get knocked up, even if I beats his kit, I'm still just gonna die to the raw damage from that ult. So I don't know, this Thor might have a rough time getting on backline unless he really picks his spots and makes sure that big abilities are out before he goes in.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and not to neglect the damage from Mannequin Scepter. Just having those little ticks build up over time can be an absolute nuisance. If SandmanSam's allowed to just sit there and auto away while interweaving them in with his abilities, he can absolutely delete health bars.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I do think that on her is one hunter that can probably, especially through the early game, once he hits about level 9 and has 2 points in the ult, I think we're gonna see some action like we're seeing here in the duo lane, and that is a free kill. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, on her ult is gonna hurt a Sylvanas no matter what he's doing, and they might pick up another and missed ult from the Naja, and on her barely gets out, but Thunderboltnj is still on the hunt, getting knocked up by the horse. Another missed sash. You gotta hit those, son. And it looks like Hapn is gonna fall to another Thor. This is one thing that I was terrified when in the picks and bans. I do not want to get double walled. They can make a perfect little X for you, a little V, channel you in. It's spooky, and they are picking up another kill. Dark Omen is just a monster in the early game, and they have done this all season. They get that early lead, and they just are so objective focused and oriented. It is honestly so impressive to watch them play. It's like a team that's been playing for years together, that just came together for a draft league, and somehow they're just like performing as if they're well practiced.
Yeah, they are humming on all gears here. There really wasn't any opportunity to bring the house for a big gank to the duo side, but Dark Omens were able to bring that house, and part of that is being able to have that semi-global ultimate from Thor, not only on your Thor but also on your Morrigan, as Kraken comes out in the mid lane.
Yeah, just barely misses its mark there. I respect the hustle though. If you're once you're level 9 on Poseidon, you do kind of want to just you know, liberally use that ult, try to pick up a kill in the mid lane and then hyper farm because he is going this Doom Orb start, which I for one I do like on Poseidon. Despite the Poseidon being a little bit less active around the map as the Morgan, he's able to, you know, get around the map so much faster, and he's 2 levels up because of it. So he's really using that you know, passive Poseidon's 2 and Doom Orb really effectively here.
Yeah, as you said, being able to get around the map, you know, we always used to call Doom Orb the Zoom Orb just because it allows you so much movement speed, and with Poseidon's base kit, you can just move around so fast. It's really hard to out-rotate a Poseidon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, and I'm just thinking about all these different transformations that Morgan has in this game, and you know, with the lack of CC immunity from Poseidon, I think this is gonna just even with the level or 2 lead that this Poseidon's built, I think he's just gonna have a rough time come the late game with the amount of CC that, you know, Thor and Jing Chen and Horsey Boy, I can't think of his name right now, Guan Yu. I don't know, this Poseidon might have a really tough game, a tough late game if he can't get his damage off, and I think they're gonna make it really difficult for the Poseidon to do just that.
I wanted to talk about Horsey Boy because I like where your head's at with that, but yeah, the backline for Wrath of Terra is just so diveable. Once the Kraken falls out of the picture, just being able to Jing Tian ult in, Guan Yu ult in, Thor dunk in, and not have to worry about being blown up immediately, you can see this backline is going to be under immense pressure to position pretty picture perfectly if they want to remain playing the game and not watching from the grayscale.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And the thing is, like, the on Wrath of Terra, who's supposed to dive the backline, and you know, this Nezha and this Ishtar, like, they're not gonna have a lot of that from Ishtar, any that backline dive, you know. So it's gonna be all on the Nezha, who's gonna be going on who. Morgan, who kind of directly counters Nezha, because can you know, make sure that Nezha ults the clone, or and Thor is gonna die here. He tries to get into his ult, but he just cannot. Too much damage on the Thor for him to survive there. Good pickup from Wrath of Terra. A lot of resources used for it, but I always think that no matter how much you use for a kill, it's typically worth it.
Yeah, a nice little shutdown for Wrath of Terra. You know, sometimes when you're feeling a little bit behind, just getting that momentum of putting somebody down under for a little bit is just so nice for the mentals, you know. It really helps you stay in the game, and, you know, there isn't too much of a gold lead for Dark Omen, but you can definitely feel that the momentum is in their favor, and momentum is such a huge thing in Smite.
It really is, yeah. And Thor up in the air, I think he's gonna live this anyways. Oh, he did not live that at all. I thought he could maybe skedaddle out of there, but sure enough, he couldn't. His beads were down, and I thought they were up. Yeah, that was a really good heads-up play from Hapn. Yeah, I think Hapn is, we haven't seen him so much this season, but really good player, and just a good heads-up play to be lurking in that jungle like that. Probably knowing that relics were down. I think that was I mean, we're seeing Wrath of Terra, the way their formation is, the way they're getting around the map. I can tell that whoever is shot calling is just making really clear and concise and good calls, and that's good to see. I probably put that on SandmanSam making these calls. He's just such a seasoned player and really articulate, and I think one of the smartest captains in our league. So yeah, just really good to see this level of team play, and they're doing exactly what they need to do to start clawing this back and, you know, swing the momentum, as we said, back in their favor.
Yeah, knowing when Thunderbolt was going to be coming back and just waiting in the jungle as 3 people, and then there was no chance for Thunderbolt to be able to get away. The Whirlpool was waiting when he fell back down. The Cripple wouldn't let him out. It was just absolutely brutal for poor Thunderbolt, but Dark Omen now looks like we'll be securing this Pyromancer without much of a fight, so that'll definitely help them to maybe swing some of that momentum back into their favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good heads up play. You know, there was people all around them, but they were able to sneak it just in time. That's the type of plays I really like to see. Yeah, just speaking about some of these players, I've seen some like SOC tier list come out, and some of these names are very familiar from that SOC tier list. Thunderbolt, despite just dying in a horrible fashion. I mean, look at him. He's still 2 levels up, and he was, I believe, one of the top 3 junglers in SOC right now, or something like that. So just some insane play, but a solo kill coming from SandmanSam. The Sylvanas is just too much. Yeah, the thing is that Sylvanas is just forgiving, right? Like, he has an ability he literally can't miss if you're anywhere near them. His ult is kind of the same way. And if Onher isn't playing these engagements perfectly, he's just going to get soloed like that. It doesn't matter. The damage was just too much.
Yeah, you only have one set of beads, and so Sylvanas has 2 forms of 3 if you include the ult. 3 forms of CC that can just absolutely ruin your day. And if we're looking into the build, he's going double stacking. Already has that Book of Thoth stacked up, and going into the Warlock staff next. So he's going to be absolutely chunking come late game once he gets all those stacks up. So expect a lot out of SandmanSam.
Yeah, I definitely am, and I even before I saw this game was being played, and even before I knew it was gonna get played, I've always expected a lot from this player. And yeah, he's definitely he's eating his Wheaties, and he's definitely showing what he's got here.
As both teams have been rotating the crops, checking their farm and whatnot, it looks like Thunderbird's going back in.
Thor comes down, big Jing channel, grabs 2 of them, and SandmanSam picks up the honor with his ult. And let's see if Darkness gets out. He cannot. Thor chases him down. Really good stuff from Dark Omen there. Just good cleanup. And I think they're going to start trying to pivot over to this Gold Fury. It looks like they warded up for it. They might just, you know, it's sketchy, but we are seeing in this solo lane, we're seeing some proxying going on from the Guan Yu. So typically when we see solo laners do this, it means they're looking for an objective on the other side of the map. So I'm expecting, yeah, Taka to start rotating over and trying to pressure this Gold Fury to try to advance their lead through this objective play.
And absolutely, as you said, a beautiful time for Taka to do so, as at the time, all the enemy team was in the left jungle, and 2 were still on respawn timers, so a nice time to get that farm ahead of time and be able to rotate. Now we'll see, once the proxying is done, if he'll be able to make a huge rotation for this next team fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of the other solo laner here, I was just noticing this Ishtar's build. I wasn't sure if he was going to go more ability power just to kind of, you know, get his burst damage off of the Najal, but going crit with the Silver Branch here. So I have always thought the Shadow Steel Shuriken is a really undervalued item, personally. And Thor is dunking on the mid lane, and Jing Chen ult comes out. It looks like there might be a pickup from, yeah, sure enough, from the Thor. And there's the Sylvanas ult, and Power tries to transform back into Sylvanas to no avail. Wasted ult there, and that, I don't know. Morgan ult is one of those ults that just feels so bad to waste, and it looks like oh, no way that he gets out, right? He's getting stunned here, he dies. Yeah, what I was saying was, Morgan ult is one that just feels bad to misuse, because if you die as soon as you go into that ult and it's down for what, 100 seconds or something like that, 120. I mean, the ult cooldown is just ridiculous. So unfortunate from Power, but I respect where his head was at. He's recognizing the amount of damage that Sylvanas can do in a quick burst, and so I think that's a good transform for Power at this time in the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not able to get his damage off. I believe right now, looking at his build, he has about 20% CDR, so definitely not a full cooldown.
That's true.
For that ult, but as you said, it is still a lengthy one, something you do not want to waste. So, you know, hopefully he'll be able to find a little more value on the next one.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Like, Power has done nothing but stun me all season long. like I said, like he was a jungler and he was putting up just ridiculous numbers with kind of meme picks like Ao Kwong. Like, who even plays that guy? As I say, you know, being an Ao Kwong aficionado myself, but like, just crazy what that's this player doing. So I have no doubt that come late game, especially with this poly finally being built, I have no doubt in my mind that he's gonna be going crazy.
Yeah, looking at the build with the poly and whatnot, it looks like he'll be able to absolutely delete carries, stealth into the backline, and just blow somebody up late game. Just get that one-shot combo. So I'm excited to see if he'll be able to make that happen once he gets all his items online, as it looks like an engage coming in fast.
And Thor's in the air, and he's landing this dunk and smacking down on the ninja. And Kraken comes out, and beats come out from the Thor. Big! Another Thor! What would we ever expect? How could we ever expect this? Power picking up the kill. And another kill from another Thor. That was close to a Thor Penta from 2 different players. Like, does that still count as a Penta if it's all one character?
I'll give it to him. You know what? They earned it. I think that counts.
Yeah, that counts. So hopefully we see that later in the game. But a solid triple from Thor. 2 separate Thors. And Horus is ulting in. I don't know that this is the play. I think he just gets deleted on landing here. But Sylvanas comes in and ults. Speeds come out. He is fragging. Look at the damage coming out. And the Horus heal is going to save the Sylvanas. Misses his pool. Can he get out of this? I don't think he can escape from Taka here. Taka might pick up a double here. Easy peasy. Big heal. And Hapn is here to peel. And goes on someone, goes on Henergy, and Henergy is currently slowed. I don't know if he can get out. There he goes. Really good ult from Hapn there. He's been missing those raw ults, and he gets picked up by the on-her.
These teams just keep scrapping it up as Taka's now pulled in.
These are my favorite games, honestly. Non-stop action, like a game of Assault. These are seasoned players, by the way, folks. Like, this isn't just a game of Arena. This is a very high-level game of Arena, guys.
And it looks like Wrath of Terra now, with that time, bought by King of Darkness and SandmanSam, thought they were going to be going over to the Fire Giant with everyone else on Dark Omen on Death Respawn, but they decided to play it safe, not risk it. Understandable. They are about 1,000 gold in the lead now, maybe a little less, but I feel like this is the first time they've really had a lead this game, albeit small. That's a big sign of life from Wrath of Terra, and you love to see it. Shows how close this game really is.
I agree, and I think it's worth noting, King of Darkness is playing really well on this Horus. He's actually a challenger player that stepped up to Premier just to play this game. Wrath of Terra was down a player, and they said, hey, we want King of Darkness to be our support. So that really goes to show you like how flexible some of these players are, and it's cool to see players getting their shot up here in the big leagues and really getting to show everything they're made of. And it's just good to see him here. Yeah.
It just goes to show how talented some of our challenger players are, even though they may have not been drafted into the upper division. They are still extremely talented and able to contend with some of the best players in the league. So big shout out to King of Darkness for being able to step up and keep pace with everyone else from the upper division.
Yeah, he's definitely just keeping up with Henergy alone. Like only down 1 level, when your team's kind of been struggling all game. Like that is just huge. Henergy is a great support. Just always seems to be in the right spot when you need him. And it looks like they're trying to chase down Thunderbolt, which I just don't think is going to happen. But half of his health gone from the Sylvanas ult. Big ults going out there, power in the air. Thunderbolt lands. Another double kill from Thor, and it looks like this is going to be Fire Giant territory once this fight is wrapped up. Does Horus fall, though? He stayed in that ult for a long time. I think he probably could have landed a little bit sooner. And that is the full deicide without a single return kill from Wrath of Terra. So this is a free Fire Giant. They're feeling good, and they're soon to all tick over to level 20 here shortly after this Fire Giant.
Yeah, I expect that with this Fire Giant, almost all of the players from Dark Omen will be able to buy their starter item upgrades. One of the things I've noticed from this Dark Omen team fight is their ability to burn beads. Thor is absolutely amazing at burning beads, and oftentimes we've seen Henergy follow up with the Whirlwind of Rage and Steel and just absolutely picking everyone up. You know, following the dunk, it's just no beads available, and looks like, unfortunately, Thunderbird, will he get away?
I think he gets away. Yeah, Horror Salt is down. Oh, there's the blink. But Taka comes in and eats the sash.
What a body block!
What a body block. What a good heads up play. And he's like, nah, you don't get to do that to my boy. I'm chasing you down now. What you gonna do about it? Really good stuff from Taka. Really, just, I don't know, love the squad play there and really keeping his teammate alive.
Thunderbolt, dog, you owe Taka a drink. Like, that man saved your life. Mr. President, get down.
Get down, Mr. President. Yeah, that was good stuff. And yeah, I mean, with the Fire Giant, I suspect they're gonna want to be looking at doing some of these towers. I mean, I guess they only have one left on the map right now, but they have a couple to go. But yeah, first comes the Gold Fury from this Dark Omen side.
Yeah, what we'll most likely see from Dark Omens is just gathering up all the gold that they can with this first Fire Giant, making sure that the next Fire Giant fight is going to be almost unlosable for them. They want to make this gold advantage as big as possible. Get all your starter items upgrade, finish the build. That way when the next team fight comes, they'll be absolutely huge and hard to deal with.
Definitely. Yeah, I kind of want to point over to this player damage. Despite Wrath of Terra like handily winning that last, despite I don't know what I'm saying. Dark Omen won that, but it just goes to show you the amount of work that Thor is putting in here. 20k damage at 24 minutes is really honestly no joke. He's finding his spots, he's picking his targets, and I think he's just really showing why with this 13-3 stat line, why, as I said, he's like a top 3 jungler SOC right now, and he's definitely earning his stripes here in the SDL too.
Absolutely. He has been in there almost every team fight, leading the way as he'll take down Hapn with the solo kill, but he has been dunking in almost every fight, as we said, burning the beads, getting active. He has been doing so much work for this Dark Omens team. You gotta give some props to Thunderbolt here for his gameplay.
Yeah, he's having an absolutely amazing game, and like we said, he just picked up another kill on Najah. I mean, the man is just picking, like I said, like this could be tough for Thor with the Poseidon and Sylvanas in the game, but he's just picking his spots so well. And the Thor ult comes out from Power now, a kill, and it looks like Taka, look at Taka back there just roaming around, minions chasing him, and Power's wrapping around for a little poly action here, picks up the kill, easy peasy on the EmojiDaddy, and Horror comes out. I don't know if it's enough to stop this, but they somehow defend, but Power finally gets the Phoenix. All the efforts for naught, and Thor is, oh my gosh, he's out again.
What a stun.
And he's going
back in!
Oh,
they're crazy!
He's crazy. Okay, surely they pick up, that's a huge kill to get if you're Wrath of Terror there, because this Thor was on a rampage, I believe. Like, he's going crazy. Power don't care though. Power is looking for the kill that he's gonna certainly get. Yep, and he might turn around and pick up another on this Horus. Horus is a bit too tanky. 2 Phoenixes down. Really good stuff from Dark Omen. That was a long siege and a long defense and a long team fight. And it's just crazy that Dark Omen managed to get that much off of it. And it was crazy to see Thunderbolt, the plums on this man. I cannot believe he went in there, and it proved to be fruitful, and they got everything they came for and more just from those plays there.
That just shows how much these boys believe in each other. Just like, yeah, we're gonna get this. This will be worth it. You know, most people absolutely ulting out, but going back in just shows how much faith you have in the boys, how much practice they've put in to have that kind of synergy and knowing each other's damages and whatnot. This Dark
And-
Omen squad is looking impressive.
It really is, and I think that was a solo kill. Maybe not quite a full solo. I'm not exactly sure, but we do know that the damage. Oh, I totally didn't realize Power solo Sandman with his own god. The disrespect. He transformed into
So dirty.
Sylvanas there and straight up one shot him. Yeah, that's dirty. That feels bad. That's a war crime, I think, in most countries.
Yeah, in Smitelandia, you can get a severe prison sentence for that one. That is an absolute level of disrespect that I would never. Maybe I'm just bad at Oregon, but
I personally wouldn't let that happen to me. Like, come on now.
Fire Giant picked up by Dark Omen over a 10k gold lead. That is such a huge lead. As we've said before, so hard to come back from once you hit that much of a gold difference.
It really is. The only good part here is, yeah, levels can only get caught up from here. So hopefully, as you know, more power spikes are coming online and final items are being built from Wrath of Terra. Hopefully they can kind of pick up the pace and be dishing out a little bit more damage, or maybe just figure out exactly who they need to pluck off first. Maybe try to get this Thor. Just focus the Thor when he dunks in, or maybe try to pick up the On Her, who's starting to do pretty big numbers with his autos. I don't know. They need to devise some sort of game plan that's beyond me right now. Just looking at this XP and gold difference, you can see the swing from the early game. It's pretty much. I mean, the early game was pretty even, like we said, but just slowly and slowly. Dark Omen, we see them do this week after week. They just pluck away at their opponents until they like it's solved, right? Like they figure out their enemy and they execute and they know what they need to do, and they're just. I mean, this shows everything. It shows everything with their play.
Absolutely, they are really firing on all cylinders here. As even if, as you were talking about, identifying who you need to pick off, that is so rough. Thor, such a slippery god. Morgan, Invis, hard to find. Jingtian, Chu Leaps. On Her, Guan Yu, CC immune ults. It's just so difficult to attack this Dark Omens team. They're really gonna have to make a mistake, and Wrath of Terra will really have to capitalize it. And then it'll probably have to happen again. Just a couple good team fights for Wrath of Terra, but that is no easy task against this Dark Omen squad.
It really is no easy task, especially with fire minions. I think they have one more wave in mid and in left here. And Dark Omen, a lot of teams would go for these lower Phoenix first, but I've seen in the SPL and, analyze things like that. They typically want to go for the healthiest Phoenix first, especially when they're all wearing Fire Giant, because it's the hardest to get. The other ones will go down with no problem, but if they can get this one, then it's pretty much a secured other two Phoenixes.
Yeah, absolutely. Just being able to crack through the hardest defense,
And
leave
Thor's
a lot
in
of
the
soft
air.
walls.
And Thor barely
What an
misses the mark, but still gets a kill. iZVENT positioning so well. Another kill, another Thor ult. Xotzz is going to have a bad time here, and this looks like it is going to be game. They picked up 4. What a comp that they have drafted here, and Hapn finally falls there. I mean, you hate to see it, but I mean, I think they just got out drafted. Like, I don't really know personally how you can deal with it, a Morgan, Thor, and Guan Yu alone, and the fact that iZVENT is just so good at hitting all of his combos and all of his autos and everything, just super well played from Dark Omen. Game 1 going their way. Let's kick it off to a break, and we'll meet you guys back for picks and bans of Game 2. And we are back. Fixing bans happening for Game 2, Wrath of Terra versus Dark Omen. We kind of saw this last game. Joywolffe was a kind of a Thunderboltnj and Power ST2 show off there. Like, which one of us can Thor better? So I suspect we're gonna see some bans from the Morgan and maybe the Thor come out here. Yeah, I mean they did just ridiculous numbers that game, and they themselves banned the Thor this time. Interesting stuff, but I guess they just think it's such a high value pick. You know, Thor got the buffs to his wall. Really good pick, just really good dive. So yeah, I think that's good on them for banning it. And the rest looks pretty standard. What do you think?
Yeah, most would think that the Morgan was banned out due to the amazing transformations into the Thor, but really that was just SandmanSam. I can't get soloed by my own god again.
True, yeah, I would be terrified. And the Nezha comes back out, first picking it. I think Nezha's in a really good spot. I'm seeing him like every single game I play. Just really good with all these different builds. Can go tank really well, can go in the jungle really well, can go tank jungle really well. So I think that's just a good and wise and safe first pick. And definitely probably don't want to let a player like Thunderbolt, who picks his spots so well, to get Nezha. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, anyone who is skilled with assassins, getting in, getting out, dealing your damage and whatnot, can absolutely run amok with Ninja. So not at all surprised to see that first picked. I do wonder if the Poseidon will be prioritized by Dark Omen, since it hasn't been banned, to negate some of that follow-up from the other side. Eliminate that Kraken off the Windfire wheels.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Cupid and Ganesha duo lane just pops out right here. I think that's a really strong duo lane. Because you put the Field of Love, I think it's called, the Cupid cripple down, and the Ganesh shield on top of it, and they have to choose like which damage do I want to take, or do I want to take all of the damage. So that's already a really spooky duo lane coming out. And yeah, they're hovering AMC. So one thing I know about Power ST2, he loves the Morgan. Like, I was talking to him and we were coming up with a team name for him, Dark Omen. That is an homage to the Morgan. So I mean, I love that he played it so well and did his team name justice. And I also love, on the flip side of this, Wrath of Terra, Sylvanas. The captain also played Sylvanas, his team's mascot. So I don't know, just kind of funny that both of these teams opted to play their mascots there. And Emoji with the Vulcan pick. Emoji is a new member of this team. I believe he swapped over from Life of the After Party, I think was the team he was on. No. Who was he on? He was on a different team, I will say that. And he had played Vulcan one game and did really well on it. And Vulcan's just such a strong character right now. I personally, as a jungle main, I find it hard to go on Vulcan if you don't have some sort of knock-up immunity, because just the meatball to the backfire is literally just one-shot territory in itself. And then let's not forget about the turret that hits for like 500 a shot late game. Like, no thank you. I'd rather not get soloed by something that can't miss, you know?
Absolutely. Just having that little turret sit there and pink away, which is an absolutely awful feeling. I was kind of hoping we would see the AMC locked in. That seems like another god that is really effective at Ninja ult comes down from the Windfire wheels. You stinger the person that was carried up and absolutely blow them up. Get your stinger, rinse, wash, and repeat. But Ao Kuang, I imagine this has to be a comfort pick.
I would suspect so. I don't know if they think that. I mean, I don't know. Like, Kepri's banned. I don't know. It's a niche pick that can frag into certain comps. I do personally think that Ao Kuang struggles against cripples, which Cupid does have. I mean, I don't know. We'll just see how he plays it. Ao Kuang can be really strong in the right hands, and like you said, it probably is just a comfort pick thing. And two more bans come out. Daji, which I really like because they're lacking CC immunity from their kits. Vulcan, nothing. Ao Kuang, no CC immunity either. So really good pick, really good ban there, and Pele just a really strong pick right now, and kind of good into Ao Kuang because of the knockup, and again no CC immunity. And Merlin is being hovered from for power ST2 here for the mid laner for Dark Omen.
If this Merlin is locked in, I see one thing that really stands out to me with this Dark Omen draft, and that's Objective Shred. Ganesha ult is really deceiving. It is actually one of the highest damaging abilities in the game if you land ult ticks of the ultimate. Obviously, somebody's not just going to stand in Ganesha's ult, but on a Fire Giant or a Gold Fury that you can kite around or is standing still, that Dharmic Pillar is going to be absolutely huge in draining Objective's HP bars, and same thing with the Merlin. So Objective Shred looks to be one of the names of Dark Omen's games.
Yeah, I respect this and want something with a little more CC. I've always said it. CC wins games. I like Discordia more. What I do like is, I mean, hypothetically, Ao Kuang, when he gets on a target, does some of the highest damage I can think of from an assassin-like character. You know, pops the 2, hits all the autos with the 2, you know, hits his 3, and then the dash usually either secures it or has that execute. That's going to be hard to do with Ganesh and Cupid and Discordia, you know, locking you down. He's going to need probably beads and Magi's this game if he wants to be effective at all come the late game.
Yeah, definitely gonna need some protection from that CC. Athena and Odin could be locked in here. Odin just changes the way teams have to play the game. Like, that big circle, it is a lot easier to deal with now as it was before when you didn't have a way to get out. But these teams keep... I'm talking about their picks and then they keep switching them. You know, it's really rude.
They gotta be listening. Yeah, they're super rude. Yeah, and the Mercury pick comes out. I haven't seen a Mercury played in a minute. And so this tells me this is probably an Ao Kuang solo. It seems as though somebody really hates warriors in the solo lane. And then the Kuzembo, I don't know. I personally liked the Odin pick that they were hovering. Cupid just has such a rough time there. Yeah, he can put his ult down, but typically that's not enough. But I think this is a good-looking squad, and here's what I was looking for. I was wondering if he'd pick Susano and a Vulcan. I think a really good matchup, as long as you play around that meatball and get around it in time. I just think that Susano just such a good pick. And I mean, if Thunderbolt was doing that much damage... wait. Hang on. Are they going to swap characters? Okay, swapping. Surely one more. There it is. If Thunderbolt was doing that much just raw damage as Thor, I can only imagine the pain he can inflict on a Susano. And those mechanics with the auto cancels on Thor, I think they're only going to be more on display with this Susano. So I'm pretty excited to see what Thunderbolt can do with this pick here.
And we'll see more of it in Game 2. We'll be right back.
To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care.
And we are underway, game 2, after just an absolute textbook showing from Dark Omen. Joywolffe was with me again, with Anthony in the background, and our favorite, our league owner, the man with the plan. iNooblet is on our cams. Thank you everyone for joining me. Yeah, after what we saw game 1, Joy, what are you expecting game 2? Do you expect some modifications, you know, some different things going on? And look at this. Kuzemba walking away like the troll he is with the purple buff already. Love to see it, really. I think he's one of the few Guardians, like him and Ares, can get away with that sort of thing. But nonetheless, coming from King of Darkness, like we said, the challenger player, just really good heads up play. He knew what he could do, and he got away with it, and that's going to set them off to an early lead. That's going to mean that this red squad here does not get level 2 as early as they would like.
Yeah, you're looking to just get your carry ahead on that invade, as fighting is all over the place on the solo side of the map.
Yeah, and this outquang damage is crazy already. Thunderbolt is poked out, and Hapn is looking for it. I wonder if he got his sash. I didn't see it, and he blinks on him. And what's gonna happen? Okay, Susano dashes out there. Looks like a whole lot of nothing, but this should set Wrath of Terra up at least for really easy side camps. As a jungler myself, I really like to prioritize these. They're worth, like, I think double what the back camps are as a jungler, so you really want to try to get those on cooldown. And just the amount of poking that... Oh, and Thunderbolt picks up a kill in the mid lane. I was not expecting that with how poked out he was. Must have been some good synergy there. Yeah, wow. Again, Dark Omen with the first blood.
Yeah, Dark Omen have been really impressive. Just being able to take the fights when they know that they can win them. And we see that again with that re-engage from Thunderbolt. It looks like Wrath of Terra still benefiting from that invade. SandmanSam a little bit up, but he's falling low. He's getting poked.
Over to level 3. I don't know if he cares, though. They have minion pressure here. They might just try to pick this fight. I don't know. I think just Henergy's so good at peeling and body blocking. Yeah, this is going to be tough until Golden Blade is... Oh, okay, never mind. I would have thought that Mercury would have went Golden Blade just for a little extra clear, but is going to rush Devo's recently buffed item. It has 10% pen on it now, and I think stacks a little bit sooner, I believe, so just a really good item. I've been messing around with it in the jungle myself with auto attackers like Erlong Shen and whatnot, so I don't know. I suppose he's done this before. We gotta trust in the captain, right? Surely he's not just memeing in such a high intensity game here.
Yeah, one of the things that I found interesting was if you look, it looks like Henergy is holding that little Jimmy scepter, as we call it, from that duo-side Naga camp that you can drop. Usually the team that's out clearing more is the one that gets to pick that up. So despite being invaded, Dark Omen's still able to keep up the lane pressure and secure the neutral farm from the Naga camp. You know, really just showing how well that Henergy and
iZVENT.
Hey,
And the ult comes out and
playing
doesn't
together.
secure it. Yeah, no, seriously, yeah, they do play super well together. An interesting pickup I just noticed from the Guan Yu, he went med cloak. I think this is a good play. I've seen Final K messing around with some med cloak starts, but yeah, maybe better than Beads or Aegis if you're Guan Yu here, because how's Ao Kuang gonna execute you if you're just constantly healing nonstop? Yeah, this Rapid Terra squad is definitely gonna, and it looks like a solo kill comes out. King of Darkness falls. He gets a little heady. He does the Kuzembo thing where you feel indestructible, but sure enough, the ults come out. He can't dash away, and yeah, really good pickup. And yeah, Kuzembo wasn't even level 5 yet, so he had really no chance of escape there. But Sandman's gonna see what he can do, picking it up on the other end. He is smacking, and ult comes out, and this is another. Oh my gosh, I don't think this Cupid can get away. I think the one comes out and it's dead. Good return kill from SandmanSam. I did not think he could solo him this early, honestly, but I guess when you punch as hard as Mercury does, it's easy peasy.
Mercury is fast and he hits hard. And that is exactly what we saw right there. Beautiful ult to turn the tide of that fight and able to pick up that solo kill. Ever important to just staying in that lane. As we saw last game, iZVENT was absolutely on a tear, so good to see.
It is good to see. Yeah, and this Vulcan is finally starting to get some items online. Book of Thoth finally stacking. We saw a little bit earlier he max range Vulcan ulted wave, and it didn't even kill the wave, which is just a horrible feel when you're trying to back a little bit sooner. It just be like that sometimes. A King of Darkness is looking to maybe try to head over to this red buff. Nah, they're just gonna say, I'm out of here. They knew 3 people were on the red. And Hapn, being a good jungler, doing good jungler things, holding on to this red buff, taking a quarter of your health bar. Good on you, though. Nothing but respect.
Yeah, usually we see the supports and whatnot holding waves and whatnot, making sure that farm can be secured, but just what a nice gesture. Just really cements that team synergy.
And Naja up in the air on the Cupid. I think Cupid has dash to try to get away quickly. And a huge Kuzembo push, and they secure the kill on Cupid. Just really good CC timing there. That's just one thing that I'm noticing in these high-level games is they get the most out of their CCs. They, you know, they don't stack them. They try to just make sure that, hey, you're in for the ride of your life once I CC you once. And Ganesh ult comes out, stuns him right on the Dharmic pillars, and gets in Thunderbolt going crazy here. Yeah, that's that good stuff. This is kind of what I was expecting. 6 minutes in the game, almost 7 minutes, 4-0 on the Susano. This is going to be a crazy game. I think another one just packed with so much action. I don't know about you, Joywolffe, but I think we're going to be looking at the set of the week here.
This definitely is a high on that list. It's so much action going on in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, this is high octane, as the kids are saying, I think. Maybe that's what the old folks are saying. I don't know. Mercury ult charging up, and he's going to hide again, and watch, he's going to do it again. Every Mercury, they can't resist.
It's just... You just get that dopamine hit from just charging your
ult
ult and then canceling it.
There's a fight breaking out over Fire Giant side, maybe over the Scorpions. We might see some pickups. Oh, a whole lot of nothing, but it looks like Vulcan barely getting out. And they're going to pick up a kill on Power, I think. This is huge. Yeah, that's a good kill. They needed that to happen because Power was starting to get loose, but Darkness is in a horrible position, and Taka gets on him and secures the kill. Yeah, this is just good play once again from Dark Omen. They just seem to be so quick to group and so quick to force something to happen. Like, I've played on teams where, you know, we're like, hey, we got to be quick to group and make something happen. And oftentimes you can't. It seems like every time Dark Omen gets together, something is going to happen. It is very reminiscent of watching the Leviathans in the Pro League. They just make sure that they're getting things. And the ult comes out. Thunderbolt with a somewhat solo kill there on Hapn. Really good stuff. Good timing on everything. Blinks in, uses his ult, and he's gonna go back to the farm game. And as I said, he's on those mid camps, doing what he needs to do to secure. You know, he's gonna be looking at a 2-level lead here. I suspect in another camp or two.
Yeah, as you said, the macro of Dark Omen is just absolutely clean as can be, and oftentimes just out macroing the other team is a valid route to victory. I mean,
And he goes in. Mercury and the Field of Love, the Love of Fields, whatever it's called, comes out. Looks like they're about even right now. I don't think that Sandman can stick around and fight this anymore. Ganesh is coming over, and he knows. Ganesh has ult up. Yeah, oh, I wonder. I guess Mercury kind of got into Ganesh because he can slow immune through that. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't pick up a kill on the other end of that. But just I like the aggressiveness coming out from SandmanSam. He's using that ult and wanting to use it frequently and try to get these solo kills on iZVENT. I do think that with what we're seeing, I mean, iZVENT held on to his beads there, and yep, up in the air we go. But Hapn is low. I wonder if he dies when he lands. And sure, oh no, Thunderbolt finally falls, and Disco picks up a kill on Hapn. So 1-for-1 trade here so far. Just really good timing from EmojiDaddy. Nejda ult is, you know, kind of an easy ability to time, but when you have the moving factors of, hey, 3 hits in the Nejda ult with the travel time of my Vulcan ult, I just good on. I mean, I wouldn't expect EmojiDaddy to miss that anyways, but good on him to not fumble the bag there and pick up the shutdown on Susano there.
yeah, that's a huge shutdown. Being 5-0 and then going from 5-1, you just gave somebody a huge amount of gold and XP. So, you know, when you're kill streaking like that, one of the most important things that you can do is just not die. And obviously, easier said than done. But when you're worth that much gold and experience, you definitely want to maintain your life to the best of your ability. So, good on Wrath of Terra for getting that pickup.
That was really good, and Guan Yu ult coming out. I don't know if they're gonna. And Thunderbolt is already back in action. This man does not have a break button to him. And another Nejda ult coming out. Xotzz is falling low, but he dashes through. Hapn picks up another kill on Thunderbolt. This is what I was expecting to see. Okay, yeah. What a good Ganesh ult. Really great rotation, and yeah, then they don't catch him, right? They never catch him. Yeah, he's free. It wasn't even close. I never even doubted. What I was going to say, Susano is at level 11. Susano has no CC immunity in his kit, and Susano went Blink instead of Beads, which I respect for the early game because he kind of sometimes needs a little help getting in. But this Nejda is doing exactly what he should be doing in ulting him every freaking chance he gets. I'm going to make this guy punish. Like, I'm going to make this guy suffer for not going beads against me. Like, does he really think he's that skilled? Does he really think he doesn't need beads into Nejda? Like, come on now. I suspect if I were the Nejda myself, I would hunt for this Susano in his jungle with the Vulcan and try to secure one more kill before he takes over to level 12 and gets that beads online.
Yeah, that's why oftentimes I find myself just like, alright, you know, if I'm playing a god that utilizes CC, alright, who has beads, who has this, who has that, who can we engage on? It's so crucial to be able to pick your target well based on what they've done, what the character's kit is, and gotta give it to Hapn. He's really doing a good job of that, and we'll see if he's able to continue doing so, as it looks like Thunderbolt has ticked over to 12 but hasn't had a chance to back yet, so he still doesn't have those beads yet. And unfortunately for Hapn, Thunderbolt did just back to pick those up, as Dark Omen is looking for this Gold Fury.
They are. SandmanSam is lurking, doesn't have ult, so I think he's just going to try to walk in there and hit him with the 1. And yeah, look, he's just going to walk away. It looks like this is a free Gold Fury. I don't really know what he can do here. You're just a Mercury, you don't have ranged autos, and sure enough, Dark Omen secures the Gold Fury. Good effort from Sandman. I'm surprised we didn't see earlier rotations for that from Wrath of Terra coming out. And Thunderbolt ults in, but really good peel from King of Darkness here. and it looks like someone's in trouble here back in the back. Discordia is gonna fall to Hapn, and Sash comes out. EmojiDaddy has to pick this up. He can. Oh, he misses it, but Sandman is here. Never fear, and he's gonna pick up another kill on Henergy. Really, really good rotations, and I wonder if they're gonna try to return an objective by going towards this Pyromancer. Mercury finally has crit online, has this Shadow Steel Shuriken. I think objectives are gonna start falling rather quickly in the way of Wrath of Terra.
Yeah, Wrath of Terra are really making a stand here as that tier 1 tower falls. They are now about 500 gold in the lead, and they are in a prime spot to really make the map their own, as they are doing, invading these buff camps. As Cub said, it looks like they're not going to go to the Pyromancer, but that was definitely an option for them while the enemy team was short a few members. But
Yeah,
it looks like
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, getting objectives is good, but stripping the entire enemy jungle, also pretty good. You know, I don't know if it's the route I would have went, but still really good play. And just, I just love the way that Wrath of Terra just manages. Even if their early game is rough, they figure out how to claw it back. And if we look at the levels, it looks like the levels have swung in the favor of Wrath of Terra. They got these, you know, just precise kills at really, really good times. And as I was saying, mainly I'm impressed with Hapn right now. I knew he was a great player, but just a testament that this Susanoo was once 4-0, and he figured it out. He cracked the egg, and he figured out the secret. Hey, I just need to keep this guy down. Like, he ain't all that, really. Like, yeah, he's going crazy because he gets roam for free. And Xotzz taking so much damage. Ults to CC, but not enough. And Taka picking up another kill for this game. 3-0 on the Taka. He's looking healthy here.
Yeah, unfortunate that Xotzz did fall there, but I'd like to go back to the discussion about Hapn. It takes so much mental fortitude, as the ADCs are boxing. We'll hold that thought for now.
They are boxing. I mean, I don't know if they're boxing, if it's just Mercury just punching him in the face over and over with no return damage. Hapn misses Sash, but hits him with the ult. This is certainly a dead Cupid. Bye. Have some candy. And Ganesha is going to fall too here. Shell comes out. I don't know if it was the best use of Shell. I mean, hindsight 2020, of course it wasn't, but I got to respect the hustle. But they're looking for something on the other end of this. And oh no. Yep, and they pick up the kill. Power grabs it. Just good heads up. I'm surprised we didn't see this SandmanSam come back in a little bit sooner there. And Susanoo comes out, and Guan Yu ult comes out. They are non-stop, man. They will not stop fighting, and I don't think oh my gosh. King of Darkness falls here. He's dead. Bye. So long. I hope you enjoyed living. And yeah, it doesn't matter how good Wrath of Terra plays. It seems like Dark Omen always has a response for everything that they do, and they are gonna claw back. And look, I kind of want to look at these XP charts actually, because the level favor moves back over to the Dark Omen's favor. And yeah, look at this, a little zigzag all over the place. I hope that we keep seeing play like this when they're going back and forth with their power spikes, and I want to see these charts just be a squiggly line. I think a sine wave, as the math experts would call it, by the end of this game.
Yeah, this game has been so back and forth as we see the big dips and then the mountain climbs, as both teams have really just been able to come back from being a little bit behind, as these leads haven't been too damning quite yet. But if one of these team fights goes sour for either team, and a fire giant is on the menu around this time, it'd be a bit early, but as there's more action in the mid lane.
There is more action, and the Susanoo comes out. EmojiDaddy is doing all he can to live. He misses his meatball, and Power is hunting. Emoji needs to get out of here. Oh my gosh, he predicted it. I mean, that's just Power. I mean, Thunderbolt kind of served that up on a platter for the Vulcan there. He had his teleport there, and Mercury with the 2-man ult. Field of Love comes out. Ganesh ult comes out. It doesn't matter. Ganesh just sentenced himself to death, is what SandmanSam's saying. He hits the dash. His team is around. His boys are here, and I suspect we're gonna end this fight with a no ult coming out from Al Kwong. I thought he was going to, and they have him body blocked in there for days. They're gonna pick up another one. Sure enough, oh my gosh! And the Nejal ult comes out, lands. Seems excessive to me, but it is what it is. And it looks like they're gonna grab a Gold Fury for their troubles.
Looks like they might actually be headed over to the big objective. As I was saying earlier, one team fight goes foul for either of these teams, and Fire Giant is definitely on the menu. SandmanSam is building into crit, so he can definitely burn it. And with the Vulcan turret, there's so much burn, along with the Earthshaker to secure. I'm not at all surprised that Wrath of Terra decided to go for this Fire Giant.
I'm not either, but I do see. Oh, they just such good peel. I mean, I just want to keep giving props to King of Darkness. Like, he kept Susano, who had ult up, who had, you know, good likelihood of stealing this Fire Giant, completely out of the fight. He is, I mean, I don't know if he plays like this all the time, but he's playing out of his mind. And yeah, this looks like the gold. Look at this, swinging back into the favor of Wrath of Terra.
And to keep on with King of Darkness, Kuzenbo isn't really one of the top supports that you think of when you think of topping the tier list or anything like that. King of Darkness really just brought in his own pick. He invaded the purple, and he's been doing absolute work on this Kuzenbo, as Dark Omen have reclaimed a bit of that gold, taking down the Gold Fury.
They sure have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Kuzenbo is just an annoying character to fight against, and he is doing just that. He's being annoying. Like, he is disrupting the fights in every way he can, and it is just paying off so well. I mean, everyone in this game is just executing their picks so well, it seems. And the Sandman ult comes out from the Mercury, and he's going to pick up Discordia. This dude is nuts on the Mercury. He is not missing just the... No. Yeah. Okay, Susano coming out with the return kill on Sandman. Yeah. So, in Taka... Okay, Vulcan ult barely misses. Good effort, though. Just barely misses the mark. Could have probably nearly one-shot around this point in the game. Especially with the... is that a Book of the Dead build I see? With a breastplate? I haven't seen that since the war, man. I mean, I guess if he wants to live a little longer, that's what he needs to do. And when Thunderbolt is just, like, you know, going crazy in the backline, I think that this is going to make him survive all the much better. Like, so much better. Yeah, I don't know. I respect the hustle coming out from EmojiDaddy here.
As you said, you know, for junglers, it's so hard to be able to dive onto this Vulcan, and having that little bit of extra survivability is only going to make it that much more difficult for Thunderbolt, as more scrapping in the jungle.
Okay, I just want to break down how well Thunderbolt played that. He had his 3 on him, and he pulls them and he waits for the dash. I mean, classic Susano stuff, but straight up, like, he didn't need anyone else there. I think he had a little bonus damage from his teammates there, but just straight up solos the Ao Kuang there. Just really good heads up play, and that just gives them an advantage in the ward game, and lets them, you know, start taking over. We see the Susano, you know, hits level 20 now. They're just gonna get to farm up a little bit more here and start to pressure these next fights.
These team fights are just keep going back and forth, man. There's really no way of telling right now who is going to end up taking down the enemy Titan. This game has just been so tight on both sides. I really wouldn't feel comfortable calling either team as being a favorite to win this game so far.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. It just comes down to which team executes better. Like, if you know, Hapn can get off a good Nejal ult and Emoji follows up in the slightest, that is a one-team fight. If Thunderbolt, on the other hand, gets in the back line and has a good Susano ult, that is a one-team fight. So it just depends on who executes and who's able to pick their spots, and you know, just get their damage off quick enough at the right time. And it looks like Susano's going for another kill. Yep, another kill on Xotzz. This Ao Kuang is not having a good time into Susano, as he should not. I mean, yeah, he's kind of tanky, right? Like, he's got the Pythies, he's got the Bancroft's Claw, but it's just too much. This level 20 Susano, nearing full build, just too much for Ao Kuang to really do anything about. And Ao Kuang just can't box him. He can't get away from him. What's an Alquang to do?
Yeah, and EmojiDaddy with a big Earthshaker didn't look like it did a whole lot of damage.
It certainly hit a person for a little
Yeah,
bit.
it definitely hit, but maybe just not the right targets. As one of the things I did want to mention though, kudos to Hapn for coming back to this Neja. Just rough game one. Most people will be like, all right, God wasn't me, not feeling it today. Let's go to something different. Man comes back, and he is having some of the huge plays for this Wrath of Terra squad. Just absolutely making a difference for his team. Just the mental fortitude to be able to say, all right, I played poorly game one. I'm going to be better. I'm locking in the same god. Most people would call that a salty run back. I call it mental fortitude. Just kudos to him for being able to stick in it, stick to his guns, and know that, hey, I can perform to the best of my ability on this character. It was a fluke.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody really plays their best when they're salty or mad about how the game went. Like in competitive Smite, you gotta have that goldfish memory. As one of my soul winners used to say, if we had a bad game, he'd say goldfish memory, and we'd all forget everything that happened at last game and bring our best selves to the next game. And yeah, I think Happen is just exercising that flawlessly. Like he doesn't care how he played game one. Like he's gonna show that he's still a top jungler and a real contender game two here.
And it looks like, most of the times these teams have been getting picks or whatnot, or team fighting away from the fire giant and then heading towards it. I'm interested to see how these two teams are going to fight around the fire giant, around the biggest objective of the map, what they're going to do. And it looks like there might be an engage happening now.
Yeah, and King of Darkness in a kind of weird spot here. Lots of resources are being used on him. Thunderbolt picks up a kill, and King of Darkness still in a weird spot, just kind of hovering around. Susanoo ult comes out. A big shell, though, or yeah, a big shell comes out. EmojiDaddy, his defense build is I mean, look at him. He's half health, even though he took a full Susanoo kit. But looks like Dark Omen is going to get this pyro on. The fire on the other side, unless. Yeah, there it goes. And they got to get out of there quickly, or EmojiDaddy's going to be in a rough spot because Thunderbolt is on the hunt after picking up, I believe, 2 kills that last fight on SandmanSam and Hapn.
Yeah, Thunderbolt just... Oh, they're pinched! There's no escape from this!
Yeah, he gone. He out of there. Thunderbolt picking up his 14th kill of the game after having, what, last game? 16, I believe? Is he going to beat his record? Who knows? But looks like a free Phoenix for the squad. I mean, they're just playing so well together. They just seem so polished, don't they? Like, everything they do as a squad just seems to go their favor. And this is kind of what I was worried. They are ending the game right now. SandmanSam ults in. I'm not sure if he hits any targets, but gets absolutely blown up. And Henergy with the ult on the Ganesha, and they, I mean, unstoppable for the Thunderbolt. I mean, well deserved, well played for Dark Omen, winning this set 2-0 against Wrath of Terra, who I think up to this point was undefeated with the exception of a draw. Just super, super high packed, high octane set. Well done, Dark Omen.
Yeah, Dark Omen just came to play today. They're absolutely in it. Game 2 a little bit closer. Perhaps Wrath of Terra had some time to adjust to the game plan of Dark Omen, but man, Dark Omen just looked so good in that last team fight. Really difficult to overcome a team that's rolling like this.
Yeah, it is really difficult, and just their team synergy. That was what I was worried about. Wrath of Terra is their team comp would have to be executed just so much more perfectly than Dark Omens was. I think late game Mercury is obviously great, but when you don't have any real range damage on your squad, you have everyone needs to pretty much be in there. Vulcan included kind of has short range abilities with the exception of his ult. I think there was just another draft diff, to be honest, and I think that just Thunderbolt again, just being such an impressive player, played really well. Congrats and hats off to Dark Omen.
Yeah, Dark Omen will take this set with their conventional drafts 2-0.
That they will. And so I think it's time for these players to go celebrate. I know Dark Omen after every game they love chatting it up and eventually watching their VOD reviews and everything as a good team will. I hope that every player is watching and learning and just having a great time. And so guys, if you enjoyed this content today, please drop by our Discord, give us a follow on Twitter, give us some love, show us all of the love you can. And thank you everyone for tuning in to the Smite Draft League Week 4. Without further ado, I've been Yung-Cub. This has been Joywolffe. Have a good night, everyone.